Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the part 2. In the last video we made this HTML form using Tailwind CSS, and today we are going to make this form alive without a backend knowledge.
Let's get started!
This video is highly recommended for who are new to HTML or who wants to have a website to collect information by making the form works without to build a backend. The tool we are going to use is Alpine JS HAPI Forms and HAPI Forms plugin. HAPI Forms is a service that makes a form work without have to build a backend at all. Check out the link at the description below about HAPI Forms. You can sign up the free account and use it for free forever. You also can upgrade to Pro when you need it. And HAPI Form plugin is a wrapper of Alpine JS with a few logics inside that uses Axios.js to make posts, requests, and return the responses, including validations when users submitting the incorrect data. Instead of writing more than 20 lines of codes, all you need is just 3 lines to make your form able to communicate with the backend. If you're unfamiliar with Alpine, I recommend you to check out the website and documentation, and you can add interactive parts to your website without sweating your head. If you have Vue.js background, then this Alpine is no longer a stranger to you, as Alpine is fully inspired by Vue.js. The difference between Alpine JS and Vue.js is you don't need a build tool or compiler to make the JS part works. All you need is just link the script tag and you are good to go. The source code will be linked in the description, and to add a little bit fun in this video, instead we are going to use this form fields. We are going to change the form fields into feedback form. So you can tell me what's your thought about this video and submit your comment in this form after this video. And we have changed the form now. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a form for the backend. Okay, now we go to happyforms.com, log in, and we start to create a form here. Okay, what the form's name is, call it feedback, and the email subject, feedback from YouTube viewers, and the email sent to myself. As for now, we don't have any site to deploy yet, so we will come back later, but for now we have to enter something, so I put it example.com, and the field's name, love this video, and the label love could be anything, and this is kind of yes or no, so I will use a boolean because boolean accept 1 or 0, true or false. And full name is a string, limit to 100 characters. The next one is email address and required, and the last one is comments. Okay, I should limit like 2k characters and is required. Okay, the form is created, and we will come back later to use this URL and also deploy the site. As for Alpine JS, all we need is to copy the script tag and paste it on our mockups. For the plugin that we're going to use, we are going to use the CDN version as well. I will paste the link here. And as we follow the HAPI form here, we can give it a name. I call it feedback. The endpoint, and redirect to when the form is submitted. I want it redirect to a thank you page, and for the endpoint, we will copy from this endpoint that we created. Okay, then we will start to bind the form with this plugin. Okay, back to the form tag. Start with the X data and call the feedback because we want to initialize the feedback here, and we want to prevent the form from submitting because we use the JavaScript to make submission. We don't want the HTML form to make the submission for us. So X on submit and prevent it and submit. Okay, and the next one, we will bind the inputs X model fields dot. From this dot notation onwards, there will be the field name you just created, so follow exactly the same, otherwise it won't work. Okay, X model fields dot for the same, because it's a radio, fields dot, and we want to replace the value to 1 and 0. Okay, and next we're going to do the full name. Email. And the last one is the comment. Okay, now if we try to submit something, and we should see the error message. Yes, and we click the response, we should see the error message saying that the given data was invalid, this plus video field is required, etc. But how do we display this error message? So in Alpine, it's quite simple. We will start with the template. And the text here. In here, we will determine what kind of fields of the error exist. So we ask if errors exist, and errors love this video. If yes, please show me the text. Okay, now we start doing a first one. Okay, the message is shown, but we still need some styling. Okay, top one. Okay, good. Now let's copy this and paste it. The last one is the comments. Okay, now if we try to submit this, okay, now we have the message shown, but did you notice that when we selected the yes and we leave the focus, we can't see which one is selected? So now we want to make use of the JavaScript to determine which option is selected. If we back to here, we will use bind the class. We set it a border blue 600 or 500 maybe, and when fields dot love this video is equal to 1, and we copy this one, and it's equal to 0. Okay, now when we select yes and we leave the focus, now it's selected. Right, now let's try to submit the form. My name, my email, and give it some comment. And let's try submit it. Oh yeah, the form is submitted, right? And if you check the submission here, and yes, we got the submission. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any comment, you may send me an email or leave your question in the comment section below, and I will see you around.